Not a week before the election, the polls told us that Joe Biden was going to win Wisconsin by 17 points. They told us that Joe Biden was going to win in a blowout. They also told us, actually, there was no poll that said that Susan Collins could win. Even Steve Daines was supposed to lose the election. And yet, the blue wave never materialized. The fact is that Republicans are favored to hold the Senate. Joe Biden may barely cross the finish line, and that means he has very little legislative mandate. But it could all come down to this: the state of Georgia, where we now face two runoff elections. The first featuring Kelly Loeffler, the second, David Perdue. Republican voters have held the line thus far. Even if we couldn't get Donald Trump into the White House for a second term, the fact is a Republican Senate with Joe Biden in the White House makes all the difference. Consider, Perdue and Loeffler could be the difference between a Republican-controlled Senate guided by Cocaine Mitch and Kamala Harris being the swing vote. What does that mean? Well, for one thing, it's the difference between Secretary of the Treasury, who knows, Jamie Dimon, someone who fundamentally believes in a market economy, or Elizabeth Warren. It means having some standard generic Democrat as the Secretary of Labor, or having Bernie Sanders, who has reportedly been lobbying for the job. And what about Secretary of State? Chris Coons, the relatively sane Democrat who is good personal friends with Joe Biden, has also expressed interest in the job. So has Susan Rice, one of the biggest defenders of the Obama administration's Benghazi catastrophe. All of this will be determined by the Georgia Senate runoff races. If we manage to win both of those, it means that Susan Collins becomes the most important woman in Washington. If we lose them, Kamala Harris couldn't just force through that, but let's say Manchin doesn't hold the line and winds up becoming okay with court packing, winds up becoming okay with nuking the legislative filibuster. That is all the difference. Right now, if you're a conservative figuring out the way to pick up our bootstraps after the most likely loss of Donald Trump, this is it. We could give Mitch McConnell all the power. We could hamstring the Biden administration for the next 4 years. We could make sure that our norms are preserved, but it will only be done by passing Loeffler and Perdue.